Miranda, right? You're Matt's 42-year-old grandma wife, am I right?
Excuse me, but may I first ask who this is?
Just answer me, would you, you old bat?
It would be courteous if you would announce yourself first. After all, you're the one contacting me. I just don't feel it's fair that you know who I am, but I have no idea who you are. Before we start any conversation, we really must be on equal terms, don't you agree? Furthermore, when a total stranger contacts me and calls me an old bat, who wouldn't feel apprehensive and proceed with caution?
All right, okay already. My name is Anna, I'm 23. Does that satisfy you? Can we proceed now? No need for any apprehension now. I bet that 23 part kind of blew your mind, huh? Yeah, don't blame you. I'm Matt's young and beautiful future wife. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, is that right? Did you just contact me to tell me that? Let me get this right. You are well aware that I'm his wife, but you shamelessly text me to announce your relationship with my husband? Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's right. I heard that he's divorcing you anyway, so what's the big deal, right? What I can't believe is that you just gave birth to a kid at that old age, and he's dumping you? I can see you're pretty desperate, trying to hang on to Matt by having a baby. But I guess it didn't turn out the way you planned, did it?
So you're telling me that you were waiting in the wings to become his wife? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Bingo! That's right! We're starting a new life together, and you're not part of it. Neither is that kid of yours. As a matter of fact, I'm already packed and ready to move in with Matt. And for your information, that nice house you're living in now, I'm actually already living there.
Pardon me? Anna, are you out of your mind? Are you really kicking me and my child out of our house? You can't be serious. What's wrong with you? You have no right to do this. This is our house. You have no say in this.
That's just too bad, isn't it? Let me explain something to you, Miranda. You and your child are not wanted in this house anymore. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand. Why do I have to move out of my own damn house?
Well, it's simple. Because Matt has already submitted the divorce papers and you are no longer his wife. That's why.
Wait, what did you just say?
I don't understand why you're so surprised. I mean, the divorce, it was already decided long ago, wasn't it? So why the loss of words? By the looks of it, you haven't even prepared anything. Nothing is packed. Don't you want all this stuff? You're just gonna leave everything, huh? Well, whatever. It doesn't change anything. You, lady, if you step in this house again, you're a trespasser, an unlawful resident. I cannot allow a total stranger to be in the house of my future husband. So don't even think about coming back in. You do understand that, don't you now, Miranda? I will soon be Matt's wife, so on his behalf, I took the liberty of throwing out the trash. He'll thank me for it later. As a matter of fact, he'll be overjoyed.
I can understand you kicking me out, Anna, but a 1-month-old baby, too? Have you no shame? I wasn't even able to get the baby stuff, for crying out loud. And how could you confiscate the keys, too? You completely locked us out. This is outrageous. How could you do such a thing?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you concerned about the milk and the diapers? Come on, Miranda, just go down to the local supermarket and pick some up there. There's one a few blocks down the street, for Pete's sake. You do have your purse, don't you? Make do with what you got. Don't even think about coming into this house. This place is no longer yours. You got that, old lady?
Technically speaking, that is not your house either.
Yeah, well, maybe not right this second, but I'm going to be Matt's wife soon enough. Then it will be mine, just a matter of time.
But you don't understand. The house is not even Matt's.
Yeah, sure. No use lying through your teeth, lady. The house is gonna be mine, no doubt whatsoever. Any which way you look at it, Matt's with me on this, and there's nothing you can do to change that. He told me that he didn't want some kid that a dodgy, over 40-year-old lady gave birth to.
You're the dodgy one here, Anna.
Is that the only comeback you got? You sound like a beaten dog with your tail between your legs. You know what? I'm getting sick of texting you. Just get out of here and never show your face around here again, please. And if you don't do the vanishing act soon, I'm gonna call the police. You don't want that, do you?
Okay, Anna, have it your way. I tried talking to you. Don't come crawling to me later. Hello, George. I hate to bother you. I know you're probably driving and on your way back home about now, but could you contact me ASAP? I need a little advice. It's very important.
Oh, hello, Miranda. What's the matter? What's this about? Are you in some kind of trouble?
Well, I guess you can say that. There's an emergency situation and I have no one else to turn to.
An emergency situation? Sounds serious. What's up? Oh my God, don't tell me my brother Matt did something stupid again. Oh, I'm really sorry, Miranda. He's such a jerk sometimes.
Well, not really Matt himself. I'm not sure how involved he is, but it's more about this girl. A girl calling herself Anna says she's Matt's mistress. She came barging into the house and locked me and my child out. It says the house is hers.
Huh? Anna, you say?
Yes, that's what she said. I'm not sure where she got the key. Maybe Matt gave her a spare. Maybe she stole it from him. I'm not really sure. Anyway, she got in somehow and took over the place. I couldn't even get my things out in time.
Who's this Anna? Is she someone he knows or works with?
Like I said, it seems she's his mistress. At least that's what she says.
So Matt's cheating on you.
She insists that she's going to be Matt's next wife and that he already submitted the divorce paper. Apparently, it's just a matter of time. My son and I were locked out with nothing. All I had with me was my purse and some baby stuff. I just went out to pick up some groceries.
Oh, I can't believe what I'm hearing. Is this some kind of joke?
No joke, I'm afraid.
So you're telling me that this woman, this Anna, is currently in the house and has you locked out?
Yes, I can't believe it myself, but that's the case. I don't know what to do.
Can I ask you where you and your son are right now? This is serious, you know? To be locked out of your own home with nothing, this is surreal. Just hope you guys are okay.
I came over here to a friend's house a few blocks away. She was good enough to help me out. She even offered to let me stay for a few days until things work out.
A friend, huh? You know this person well?
Yes, actually she had a baby 1 month before me. I confided in her a lot, so we're fairly close. She's been so nice. She married Dan Stevenson. Do you know the Stevensons? They live on the corner of 5th and Main Street?
Oh, yeah, sure. My wife also knows her well. Kathy Stevenson, right? Everyone calls her Kat.
Yes, that's her. I don't know what I would have done without her help.
That's a relief anyway. At least she's not wandering the streets or anything. I better get my wife to call Kat later and thank her.
Yes, like I said, I owe her a debt of gratitude. It's good to have a friend when you're in need.
But we can't leave the situation as is. We have to settle this somehow.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. I was thinking of calling the police, but I figured I should contact you before I called the authorities. I thought maybe you had some more constructive advice?
You made the right decision, Miranda. Leave the rest to me, huh? I'll take care of this. My wife and I will head over there right now. We should get there in an hour or so. Be patient and don't worry. We'll take care of this one way or another. Hope Mrs. Stevenson won't mind, but hold on tight for a bit longer.
Thanks so much, George. I already feel much better.
Hey, Miranda, what's the meaning of this? And who the hell is that guy? What's he doing here? He apparently knows you. Did you send this goon over to kick me out? Don't tell me this guy is your new boyfriend. So you've been cheating on Matt, huh? Well, he did just that. You're gonna pay for this.
I am not like you, Anna. Don't put me in the same category as you.
Yeah, whatever. So what is this all about? Who's that goon who kicked me out? He has no right. Why the hell should I, Matt's future wife, have to be kicked out of her own home? Tell me that. I was just going to open up the safe and just sit and stare at the $1 million in cash sitting in there. I was going to savor the moment for just a little while until that goon shattered my dreams.
$1 million in cash sitting in the safe? What are you even talking about?
Give me my $1 million back. That's not yours anymore, you old hag.
Anna, I'm going to have to stop you for 1 second.
What the hell for? You just want to avoid the subject.
Do you really think there's $1 million in that house? Who would leave such a fortune at home?
Excuse me, no $1 million? But Matt said the money was there, in his safe.
Oh, okay. I see. You know what that is? I think it's about his grandfather. He used to have $1 million in the bank or something. That was a long time ago. I heard that story countless times.
In the bank? So the money's in the bank and not in the safe? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't think it's cash. But in assets, maybe like in property or stocks. I'm not sure of the details, to be honest.
Wait, what? So it's not cash? Seriously?
Matt apparently talked to his brother about that after a few too many drinks. I remember him mentioning $1 million several times as if it was real.
His brother? He has a brother?
Yes, George. Didn't you know he had a brother? As Matt's future wife, I would think you would know that. That goon who kicked you out of the house? That was George, Matt's older brother.
That guy? He's Matt's brother? You're not serious.
And another thing that you didn't know and should probably have known before you pulled this stunt, he owns that house outright, not Matt.
Huh? Hold on a second. Back up a little. You're going way too fast for me. I'm getting totally confused.
Yes, well, it's all very complicated. I'm so sorry that it's all so overwhelming for you, Anna. Let me clear things up a bit for you. First off, that house is owned by George, Matt's older brother. We were allowed to live there while George and his wife worked overseas. We weren't going to live there permanently, just until they returned from George's overseas assignment. After that, we would find a new place to live.
You guys were going to move out sooner or later? Matt never mentioned any of this.
Yes, well, he should have, because George returned yesterday from his overseas assignment. We were just talking about when he would move back in.
No, this can't be right. You're making this stuff up, aren't you?
As you were saying, we are currently in the process of divorcing after it was revealed that he was cheating on me. I was waiting for my son to settle in a bit more before I headed home to Florida, where my folks live. I would have preferred to wait several more months.
Seriously? Hey, by the way, where is Matt right now? I haven't heard from him in a while.
Oh, I'm surprised he isn't with you, to be honest.
Yeah, well...
Can I ask you one thing, Anna? Does the name Sandra ring a bell?
Wait, excuse me, Sandra? Why are you asking about my older sister? We cut ties like 5 years ago. I haven't talked to her since. Why do you even know her?
Oh, I see. You cut ties with her, huh?
Yeah, well, she's my older sister and all, and maybe I shouldn't have done such a thing, but at the time, I suppose I was in love. Anyways, I took her boyfriend, and long story short, we squabbled a bit, and I haven't talked to her since. What's this got to do with my sister, anyway?
Anna? Listen carefully. The reason I wanted the divorce from Matt was not because of you.
Pardon me, what are you talking about?
Anna, Think about it for a second. You cut ties with your sister over a guy, and the fact that I know about your sister Sandra. Just put 2 and 2 together for a second.
No, it can't be. It's been 5 years, for God's sake. That's impossible.
That's right, Anna. Matt was having an affair with your sister, Sandra. I heard it was payback for what you did to her 5 years ago. That time you stole her boyfriend from her.
Are you serious? No way.
Apparently, Matt went over to his brother's house this morning and he happened to mention that fact. And George told me about it.
He was over at his brother's place this morning? He never even mentioned it. As a matter of fact, he hasn't replied to my messages for several days now. What's going on?
He also said that he loved Sandra and that he was on board for this payback scheme that Sandra had already planned. He says he's going to go through with the divorce and marry Sandra.
This is ridiculous.
I really don't know if he's serious about this whole thing, but he sure sounds like he is. I bet he already submitted the marriage application to City Hall.
No, this is not happening. How could he? He promised he would make me happy, that he had $1 million in the safe, and that we would live the high life like celebrities. How could he?
Yes, Anna, I agree. How could he? He's despicable. But you have to admit, this was first and foremost your fault to begin with. You stole your sister's boyfriend, and as revenge, she did the same to you. Can you blame her? It was retribution for what you did. But the way I see it, you're both despicable. I can't differentiate the two of you, to be honest.
Well...
My son and I getting all caught up in the middle of this nonsense, this ridiculous tug of war between two sisters I don't even know. I don't deserve this BS, to be quite honest with you. I talked to my lawyer earlier today, and he will be contacting you regarding financial compensation for the emotional damage that you caused.
Huh? What the hell for? Why do I have to pay even a cent?
Although it was your sister that eventually married Matt, the fact remains that you had an affair with my husband. That alone will be sufficient to demand monetary compensation. And don't think about running away. We already know that you live over in the Richmond area nearby. Matt told us all we need to know about you. There's no escaping this, Anna.
Please, you can't do this. I don't have that kind of money. How am I supposed to pay?
Didn't you just hear what I said? We know all about you, Anna. We know you work at Ace Industries as a secretary. We even know how much you make, so don't try denying it.
Please, Miranda. I'm sorry. Please don't do this to me. I can't believe this is happening to me. First, Matt betrays me, and then the house is gone? And that $1 million was just a pipe dream? Am I living in a nightmare, for God's sake? I get nothing? Zero? And I have to pay compensation to you? This makes no sense at all. Oh, wait a second. Matt just sent me a message.
It was from Matt, all right. He wanted to inform me that he was dumping me.
That it's all over. We're finished. This can't be true. This is some kind of prank. Why did Matt choose my sister over me? Why? What's she got that I don't? I'm younger than her. Doesn't that count for anything? Matt, come back to me.
I immediately called my lawyer and sent him all the necessary documents and evidence. A few days later, he officially sent a letter to Anna listing my demands. I don't know how she managed to get the money, but the entire sum was paid in full. Her parents are not exactly poor, so I'm sure her family probably paid it on her behalf. My lawyer later told me how she was when he went to meet with her and her family. I think this whole affair took a devastating toll on her. He tells me she was very quiet and somber. She didn't utter a word during the meeting other than yes or no. Apparently, she later quit her job and shut herself in her room, only coming out to eat or use the bathroom. As for Matt and Sandra, they were so adamant about their love for each other and were ready to make their life together, but the compensation they had to pay me and the monthly child support gnawed away at their happy existence. The debt left them in a dire situation. I heard they were just barely able to make ends meet. Last I heard, they ended up divorcing a couple of months later. Guess that intense love they were so sure about wasn't the passionate love affair that they proclaimed it to be.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hello, Miss Jones? Miss Jones in the General Affairs Department? Why are you not at your desk? There is something urgent that I need you to do, but you happen to be away just when I need you here. How useless can you be? What? Oh, it's Miss Smith from the sales department. I hope you're doing well. Hey, come back to your desk right now. We aren't done for the day yet. What are you doing, sneaking in a little bit of a break? You're 7 years older than me, but you are such a useless worker, I tell you. I'm sorry, but I was sent on an errand. What errand are you talking about? You know how our company is planning to have a barbecue party tomorrow? They asked me to go buy some ingredients for that. Oh, it's the one that President Huxley is going to host. He's a great one. He is considerate of his workers, and he is a kind, handsome man. And he's only 32 years old. I wonder if he has a girlfriend. What do you think? Miss Smith, I thought you had something urgent you wanted me to do. What? Oh my God, that's right. I should be back in about 30 minutes, so if you could leave a memo on my desk on what I should do, that would be great. If there is something I don't understand, I'll come to you and ask. Alrighty. Miss Smith, where are you now? The task you wrote on your memo, that's something that has to be finished by today, otherwise it won't meet the deadline. That's right, I told you that's why it needs to be done in a hurry. It looks like the task could have been assigned a month ago. Why has it been assigned now? We have our own situation here to deal with. You people in the general affairs can eat because we in the sales department work our butt off. So stop complaining and just do your work. There is not much time left, so I'll do my best, but please be careful next time. Alrighty. By the way, did you finish getting the things for the barbecue tomorrow? What? Oh, yes. The other staff members are putting the food in the refrigerator right now. I am so looking forward to tomorrow. Say, you know what? I hear that we are free to wear whatever we want to the barbecue. I'm planning on wearing my best outfit tomorrow. What about you? It's a barbecue, so I think I'll probably wear something that I can move around easily in and something that can get dirty. Oh, I see. Well, now that I think about it, I guess people in your department can only wear such things. You in particular can only do these odds and ends types of jobs at the company, right? You are an old miss, after all. All right, I win. I don't know what you mean about winning, but I need to work on the task you asked me to do, so please excuse me here. When you finish with it, print it out and put it on my desk, all right? Hey, Miss Jones, I know you're just a plain office worker, but what is that outfit you're wearing? Jeans and a sweater? You know that the host of this barbecue is our president, right? It's a rare chance for the workers to show ourselves off in front of the young, handsome president. Your TPO is way off. Why, hello there, Miss Smith. Today we'll be cooking meat and washing dishes, so we might get ourselves dirty when doing that. That's why I thought it best to avoid wearing a dress today. You don't understand anything. An event like today is a chance for people to become friendly with the president. Oh, I see. Oh, oopsies. Sorry, I guess you already know your place within the company. That's why you're wearing such a plain outfit. My place within the company? That's right. The office workers basically take care of unimportant errands of the company. That's why you are the server in today's barbecue. Since we are assisting our president, we in the General Affairs Department will be taking care of all kinds of things, but we are not necessarily the servers, per se. Then you can grill the meat for me. That's about the best you could do, old miss. Servers need to take care of our needs, so make sure to obey my orders, all right?
As for grilling the meat, everyone is supposed to do their own grilling.
What?
I need to get more drinks, so please excuse me.
What? Hey, don't ignore me. You're responsible for grilling my meat. Come here quickly and grill me my meat. Hey, Miss Jones. I thought I couldn't find you, but then I see you talking friendly with our president. How does that happen? You're just an office worker. Mind your position. Stop trying to make yourself look attractive in front of the president. The only one who can go after him is me, because I work in the most important department in this company, the sales. I was serving him some drink just now, and we were getting on quite well. I just need a little bit of time, so don't get in my way. Get away from him right this moment. It serves you right. How does it feel to have beer showered on your head like that?
Well, you really did it this time.
This is what happens when a good-for-nothing office worker tries to make herself attractive in front of the president.
I was talking with him only because he asked for me.
What? No way that could happen. Come on, get back to your place and grill my meat. I gave you some beer, so now it's your turn to serve me by getting me some meat.
I am going to change.
What? It won't make any difference whether you change your outfit or not.
If I continue wearing these clothes, I'll catch a cold.
Oh, that's right. The president was saying that there will be a surprise announcement at the end of the barbecue. Maybe he's going to announce that he likes me. I guess when I served him beer, he noticed how attractive I am. Oh my God. Yes, I'm going to go up the social ladder by marrying into a rich family. Oh, there is some cooked meat. I think I'll eat that while I can. Oh, that's right. After he tells me that he likes me, it might also work well if I bring him a nicely grilled piece of meat. Then I can show everyone how close we are.
You are going to be in so much trouble later.
This meat is so good. What on earth? What was that surprise about? The president was saying that he would introduce his fiancée, so I thought he decided to skip the part about telling me that he liked me and go straight to getting engaged. I was surprised, but I quickly got my act together and braced myself. But why were you, Miss Jones, introduced?
The engagement announcement was actually going to be in 2 months.
What?
But you showed how you were trying to get the president for yourself. That became obvious.
What's wrong with that? There's no one more suitable to be the president's wife than I.
Our president physically can't drink alcohol.
What?
That's what he was telling you, but you were so persistent. When he left his seat for a moment, you poured alcohol into his glass of tea. If I hadn't noticed that, he would have drank it and would have been carried off to the hospital in an ambulance.
What? You mean that wasn't beer?
He was telling you that he can't drink, so I think one could safely assume that that glass did not contain any alcohol.
But I thought he enjoyed my company.
The way you behaved made him think that you were quite dangerous. Also, the fact that you poured beer on my head was the last straw. That's why we decided to announce our engagement this evening, although it was a sudden decision.
What the hell? Something is just not right. How can a plain old office worker get married to the company president? You're only given jobs that anyone could do. You only do boring work.
The president and I have known each other since we were kids. We've been going out since I was around 20 years old.
What?
We used to work in different companies, but when it was decided that he was going to take over his grandfather's company, he thought it wouldn't be good if his future wife had no idea what kind of company he was going to take over. That's why I ended up changing companies.
Well, I see. I guess anyone can do office work, so it's easy to change companies.
It seems that you don't understand what office work consists of and that you really don't think highly of it. But I really don't want to be criticized by someone whose sales records are the worst in the department.
Well, fine then. If the president is taken, I'll just look for someone else.
Someone else?
The managing director's son. I hear he's the president of a startup company.
The managing director's son?
That's right, I'll be able to marry into a rich family. I think it's impossible. What? Why not? At the barbecue today, you were eating the meat that someone else had grilled one after the other. What's wrong with eating meat that was cooked? That meat was all grilled by the managing director's son. What? Family members could also participate in the barbecue today, so he was also there. I thought we were grilling our own meat, but there was a woman who kept on stuffing herself with the meat that I grilled one after the other. She was wearing this flashy dress that wasn't suitable for the occasion, he said. I think he was talking about you. What? To begin with, I think you have other things to be concerned about right now. What? What are you talking about? Hey, why am I being fired? I did nothing to get myself fired. It's what the company decided, so there's nothing I can do. You probably said something to the president, didn't you? I am not so low as to bring my private affairs into company matters. Well, it's true that how you acted at the barbecue was the primary cause. What do you mean by that? First, you poured alcohol into the president's glass, which could have seriously endangered his life. Second, that you poured beer on my head. Third, that you chose to ignore that rule about grilling your own meat and took other people's meat before they could eat it. Based on those reasons, the company started looking into the possibility of other victims. The compliance department in the company conducted some hearings. What? Hearings? I would have you know, though, I am usually working as one of the members on the compliance team, but this time, other people were put in charge of the case. Once they started looking, there was so much that they discovered. For example, you tried to make an 18-year-old employee drink alcohol at your department's gathering, and because she refused to drink at that time, you persistently complained to her the next day. And in another instance, you tried to claim another employee's sales records as your own. And there were many more similar complaints against you that they uncovered. What? Against me? It seems that these facts didn't come out into the open until now. But after gathering the data and finding out that there was so much, and the fact that you had caused our business partners much inconvenience in the past, they decided to fire you. No way! That is all that I have been told. But I think you were told of all this when they informed you that you were being let go. What? It would be better to listen to what other people tell you. If you do that, you can avoid making mistakes so that you can live a better life. That is a given. So that is all. Please excuse me. I was wondering why such a person could be in the much-respected sales department. The recently retired ex-manager of the sales department could not say no to someone he owed a favor to, so that's why she was able to join our company. I'm not sure what to make of that, but to put that matter aside for now. As for the matter of getting beer poured all over my head, I received consolation money from Miss Smith, although it was the minimum amount that would be expected in such circumstances, but I decided to drop the case after that. That is, the 18-year-old employee reported the case to the police. And so after having talked to the president, he decided to prioritize this case. As for Miss Smith, she got herself into deep debt as she had to pay for consolation money big time. So now, in order to pay back her loan, she's doing multiple hard jobs. Apparently, she is complaining, "Why me?" as she leads a very poor life.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey Marge, your little brother's here. Where the hell are you? You should have been back hours ago. What's taking you so long to get home, for God's sake? I know you got plenty of time on your hands, but this is getting ridiculous. Aren't you supposed to be getting our dinner ready? I thought we'd agreed you'd have something ready by the time we got home. And what about the laundry and cleaning? You haven't done a damn thing. You even understand English, for God's sakes? What I'm trying to tell you is to get off your ass and do a little work around here. Comprende? Am I making any sense to you, Marge? I realize that you're a high school dropout, but come on. If you can't make sense of it, how do you intend to survive in this world?
Bill? I thought I made it perfectly clear to you this morning. I said I was off on a business trip from today and that I'll be gone for a while.
Excuse me? When did this happen?
How can you say that? I saw you this morning, Bill. Don't act like you don't know. You were watching me put my suitcases in the car. Obviously, I wouldn't be loading up the car with my suitcase on a normal day. A suitcase is for traveling, you know.
Oh yeah, an overseas business trip, huh? Seriously? You know what, Marge? I think this business trip is one big BS charade you concocted.
Are you joking? You really believe that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, how could a high school dropout like you go on a business trip? I mean, what idiot company would send you? I bet you don't even speak the language there, wherever you say you're going. So if it's not a business trip, this must be a tour or something. Did you stop off at the travel agent downtown and book some all-inclusive package tour? You know, with a guide and all? You don't even make that much. How could you afford such a tour?
Always going on about my academic background. How about you, Bill? You haven't had much social interaction since joining that company.
Social interaction? Who needs that?
Anyway, I'm off on this business trip and I'm not sure when I'm getting back. Can't you guys do the cooking and cleaning yourselves? Why do I always have to be there to do everything? I'm your sister, not your maid.
You really got nerve saying that, Marge.
I've still got some work to finish up here at the office before I head out to the airport, so let's cut this short, shall we?
Yeah, right. I bet you're headed to some cheapo resort or something and saving your pennies and drinking tap water and buying local stuff from the grocery store. Sound about right? I really can't believe you would take off on some overseas holiday and just skip out on your household duties. You really think an insignificant high school dropout of a sister like you can disobey a college grad like myself? You got another thing coming, Marge. Severe consequences await you once you get back. Just remember that.
You there, Marge, our good-for-nothing lazy sister? This is Karen, Bill's significant other. I heard you were on some overseas holiday. Seriously?
Why can't you people get it through your thick skulls?
I'm going on a business trip, not an overseas holiday. What's wrong with you people?
Every time I say something, you people twist it all out of shape like a pretzel.
I'm surprised you don't know. Everybody else does, you know. It's because you're a dropout. That's why. We're not twisting anything. You're the one that's feeding us bogus, made-up information. A business trip? Come on, you can do better than that. For your information, we have both acquired a special skill that allows us to decipher the information you feed us and glean the truth from it. Don't you even see that? That's why your little brother makes fun of you all the time. Why do you think he asked if you spoke English or not? He never seems to get through to you. You really have the audacity to take a vacation overseas being a high school dropout and a low-level office clerk?
Are you finished talking trash about me?
Pardon me?
I hate repeating myself over and over again with you guys. I'll say it one more time. I'm going on a legit business trip. This is not a personal holiday vacation that you keep saying it is. I just wish you people would stop creating this false interpretation of everything I say.
And like your brother endlessly keeps telling you, Marge, the company you work for would never send some high school dropout on an overseas business trip. All they would end up doing is embarrassing themselves and bringing shame to the company, so you really should quit your flights of fancy.
There's no use trying to talk to you. I have to go. I'm gonna miss my flight.
Hold on just a second, Marge. A low-education good-for-nothing like you has no right to disobey a highly educated individual like myself. You really have the nerve, Marge. This calls for a severe punishment. You can bet on it.
Hey, Marge, you never learn, do you? Why the hell is there a lock on your bedroom door? What the hell are you hiding? This is our house. You can't just lock the doors inside our home.
What now? Don't you ever give up, Bill. This is getting ridiculous. It's my room. I can lock it if I please. Besides, I know you guys would go scrounging around in there like a pack of hyenas.
Hyenas? You think we're a bunch of scavengers?
Yeah, I do actually. Anyways, are you and Karen all prepared to move out?
Move out? What the hell are you talking about?
Oh my God, don't tell me you already forgot. You two moved into my place temporarily, and I emphasize, temporarily. Because you had to move out of that apartment because it was being demolished. I allowed you to stay at my place until you found another place to live. You must remember that, right? The day you guys are supposed to move is just around the corner, so I would appreciate a little urgency on your part.
Oh, yeah. That. Right. Moving out. Right. But what's this about your place?
What do you mean by that? That is my place.
Nothing, just saying.
Anyway, a promise is a promise. You said you were looking for a new place. Did you find one already? Have you guys even looked? Hey Marge, Karen here. Bill told me that you were talking about some nonsense about us finding a new apartment? What's this BS about your place? Are you talking about this house? Hello, Karen. What is it this time? Like I said, this house. I know it's your parents' place and this is where you grew up and all, but... But what? What do you want to say? Spit it out, why don't you? What's so wrong about calling my own home my place, for Pete's sake? Nothing wrong with that, just saying. I really shouldn't waste my time explaining all that to someone who doesn't have the brains to process such information anyways. Oh, is that so? To be honest, I prefer not to hear your long-winded explanation anyway. Apparently, you already talked to Bill, so what's it gonna be? Pardon me, what are you talking about? When are you moving out, is what I'm saying. The date you guys said you would be moving out is fast approaching. Have you guys already found a place? Yeah, right. Bill did say something about that. But for your information, Bill and I have no intention of moving out of this house. Wait a second, Karen. What did you say? This house. We're not moving. I mean, think about it. Bill is the man of the family. He has the rights to the house. It will be handed down to him, right? You have no say in it. What I'm trying to say is that it's you who has to move out. I'm going to have to stop you right there, Karen. What the hell are you talking about? Figured you'd find out sooner or later, but just so you know, we threw out all your belongings, so no need to come back from the overseas vacation. Just stay there. Threw out my stuff? Are you serious? I know you had a lock on that door to keep us hyenas out, but Bill broke in and we got in no problem. You broke down the door? Now why'd you go and do that? What did you expect? How else were we going to get in? We had to clean out that room. We called Goodwill and they came over and took everything. Loaded the dresser, the desk, the chair, the whole shebang. Nice and clean, no hassles. That room looks a lot bigger after that. A little too big for the likes of you, in my opinion. You have to be kidding. You guys, you are incredible. Clean out my room and I don't have to come home? Is that it? That's exactly it. I was expecting some sort of asinine comeback. Have a nice life over there. From today on, this is Bill and I's little abode. That's just great. Thank you. Now I don't have to come back stateside anymore. Huh? Are you serious about that?
Are you really not coming back?
No, maybe that's too much. I have a bunch of stuff to take care of stateside, so that's actually not an option. I already moved the important stuff out, and I was wondering what I was going to do with the furniture and old clothes. You guys saved me the hassle.
Wait a sec. What the hell are you babbling on about?
I'm saying, thanks for cleaning out my room. You guys saved me the hassle.
I still have no idea what you're talking about. Are you saying that you were going to get rid of all that stuff anyway?
Yeah, that's right. You cleaned it out for me. Anyways, I'm moving out of that house.
Oh, okay. I get it. Well, why didn't you tell us that to begin with? We could have saved a perfectly good door. Now it's got to be repaired.
Send me your bank account number and a photo of the receipt. I'll deposit the money there. Sound good?
Right, you are. I'll send that later today.
Oh, yeah, you and Bill better start getting ready to move. Have you got your stuff all packed?
Huh? Why should we move out?
What are you talking about? You only have about a week left. You better hurry.
Pardon me, you're not making any sense. Why do we have to move out?
I don't get you guys. I thought I told you. When you first moved in, I explained the whole situation to you. I can't believe it. You forgot, didn't you? I told you guys that I put the house on the market and that it has already been sold. And that we all had to move out within 2 months. That 2 months ends next week.
Am I hearing you right, Marge? You sold the house?
Marge, you sneaky little scoundrel! Did you seriously sell this house? Tell me you made the whole thing up to piss off Karen! What's going on in that pea-brain head of yours?
I knew you would forget. You were always like that, Bill. Never listen to people, always thinking only about yourself.
You got nerve talking to me that way, Marge.
Let me stop you right there, Bill. That house you're living in now, the house we grew up in, Mom and Dad turned the house ownership over to me when they moved back east due to Dad's business.
Are you kidding me? That doesn't make any sense. What about me? I'm part of the family too.
Mom and Dad knew what kind of people you and Karen were. Not too good with financial matters, so, Dad thought it better that I handle it. And about that apartment you moved out of? I knew it wasn't being demolished. You guys got kicked out because you failed to pay the rent, wasn't it? You think I didn't know that?
You knew about that? Why'd you pretend like you didn't know?
In addition, I told you this too, but apparently it slipped your mind. Dad decided to take the managing director position of the East Coast operations and decided to move there. He plans to retire over there too. That's why he bought that nice cabin by the lake. They plan to settle there after retiring.
What? This is the first I'm hearing of this. Why didn't you tell me?
I did. Several times. But you just brushed it off. Oh, and about this business trip? Actually, I'm getting stationed over here in the UK indefinitely.
Are you serious? A high school dropout like you?
Yeah, true. I've been working at this company ever since I dropped out of school, but the reason I dropped out was because I had to take care of Dad. He was extremely ill back then and had to resign from the company. As a result, we couldn't survive financially. I had no choice but to work. I didn't drop out because of my grades. I was actually at the top of my class.
I never knew about any of this.
Also, I got my high school diploma a few years later when we were a little better off. Also, I took business courses at night school. I think I garnered every conceivable business and marketing qualification needed to do my job. And who do you think paid your tuition? You keep trashing me for being a high school dropout, but just so you know, I worked my way up to section chief.
Section chief? Seriously?
This current business trip I'm on? I've been going back and forth for the past several months, getting ready for my move here.
How can a high school dropout make section chief? How is that even possible?
Come on, Bill, not that again.
But how could someone with mediocre education get promoted? There's something seriously wrong here.
Haven't you realized by now that not everything is about academic achievement? Must have been an eye-opener for you, I would think.
What do you mean about that?
I heard from someone who works at the same office as you. Although you and Karen both work at a major corporation, I hear you guys just have secondary roles. You've both been sidetracked, just going about routine work.
That's not true. We do important work.
Yeah, whatever. I think we kind of got sidetracked. Well, that's the story, Bill. It just doesn't seem feasible to hang on to that house any longer with me overseas and the folks out east buying that lake house. Right when we had concluded all the paperwork for the new owners, you guys came knocking.
But you never...
I sat you guys down and explained the whole situation to you, and you guys seemed pretty enthusiastic at the time. You agreed to my terms, but I guess you weren't really listening. You were all set on kicking me out and taking over the house, right?
I was only trying to. Anyways, you should have...
I should have what? Explained it to you every time I ran into you? You agreed. I thought you were well aware that you had to be out of there by month's end.
This is not happening. How could you do this to me?
Oh my God, Bill! Don't tell me you haven't found a place to live yet.
What do you think? I knew nothing about it. This is the first I'm hearing of it. I never thought for the life of me that we would have to move out too. How was I to know that you sold the place?
That's why I keep telling you to listen and not just brush people off.
Yeah, real help telling me that now.
Anyway, just find some place ASAP. The place is no longer ours after the 31st of this month. I'm not kidding, Bill. Tell your company it's an emergency or something and that you guys need to stay in the company's dorm or something.
That's not an option. Last time I did that, I sort of screwed up.
Good grief, you have got to be kidding me.
Please, Marge. You have to help me out. You're my sister, for God's sake.
Why should I help you?
You're my big sister. You have a duty to help me.
Big sister, huh? The good-for-nothing high school dropout sister?
I didn't mean it. Come on, Marge. Lend me a hand, would you?
There's a real estate office downtown. Go check with them. I'm sure you'll find something. Or are you guys so dumb that you can't even go out and find an apartment?
What did you just say?
Seems like you've got enough fire in your belly to do that at least. Why don't you guys finally act like husband and wife and help each other out?
There's only one problem. I don't have any money.
Don't come crawling to me, Bill.
Say that, Marge, please.
Work it out, Bill. Goodbye.
Marge, please. I'll do anything. Just don't abandon me.
Yeah, it seems they were penniless. So what did they do, you ask? Well, surprisingly, they both decided to quit their stable jobs and got a live-in position at some small clothing manufacturer. I really can't figure those two out. They had a good job at a major corporation. I can't understand why they didn't make it work. What a total waste. My folks were not about to help those two out either, knowing how spoiled they were. As a matter of fact, they said it would teach them a lesson. I have to say I agree. I also opted to take the same position. I mean, they're not children. They can take care of themselves. But knowing the attitude of those two, I had my doubts about that live-in job they somehow managed to procure. I later heard from a friend that they immediately had trouble with the staff just a few weeks after they arrived, but you know what? I was not all that surprised. They are apparently keeping a low profile now, trying not to get in anyone's hair, or they will be out again searching for another job. Maybe it'll be a shot in the arm for them. They need a little common sense drilled into them. That goes without saying.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Mom. How are you? You have a bit of time? I'm contacting you just so you know. You might like to know. I'm going to get married soon. We have no plans to go on any kind of honeymoon, at least for now. Just a simple wedding, and that's it. We're just going to have an intimate dinner with close friends, and I'm sorry to say, it won't include you or my brother. I'll continue to send money to you, as I said I would, but I want you to know, I don't ever plan to return home. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. That's all I was contacting you about. Nothing more to add, so talk to you again. See ya, Mom.
Hold on 1 second, Pam! Are you kidding me? I haven't heard from you in years, and suddenly here you are telling me you're getting married and you're not inviting us? And what's this about getting married? You can't just go off and get married. Who the hell gave you permission to do that? I don't recall ever allowing you to get married, for God's sake.
I'm sorry, Mom, but I don't need your permission to get married. That's my prerogative. I marry when I want to. You have no say in it. Please, just stay out of this. This does not concern you. What do you care if I get married or not?
Am I hearing you right? You're my daughter. I cannot allow you to get married without my permission. I will decide the time and place. And who is this guy anyway? Some loser you recently picked up? You are not marrying this guy.
What the hell is wrong with you, Mom? You never cared for me. You left me to fend for myself for all these years. Why all of a sudden concern? Would you just stay out of it and let me go on with my life?
Don't you dare talk back to me. I will not allow you to get married or have this silly dinner of yours and no future honeymoon. I demand that you break up with this loser guy you picked up and do it ASAP. Cut this guy clean out of your life. You'll thank me for it someday.
Oh boy, what did I get myself into? What was I thinking? I never should have contacted you and just gotten married, and that would have been the end of it.
How dare you say that? How could you not tell your mother? Have you forgotten that I raised you? All the years that I devoted my life to you?
Devoted your life to me? Did I hear you right? Don't make me laugh, Mom. The only person you devoted your life to was Brad. Your perfect son was the only person important to you. Maybe not so perfect. He's still unemployed and living at home, isn't he? You certainly raised him right. You keep referring to me as your daughter, but am I really? To me, it just seems like Brad is your only child. I used to come home from school and there would only be enough supper for Brad and nothing for me. You'd always tell me to get by on my own. Paddle your own canoe is what you always used to say. You never prepared anything for me. I had to wash my own clothes for school. The books I needed, I bought with the money I made with my part-time job. Did you ever once celebrate my birthday or my graduation? It was always an afterthought. You treated me with disdain all these years. And now you're acting like some caring mother? Please, spare me. Acting like a caring mother? I am your mother. That's a fact. I only treated you that way to build your character so that you can stand on your own. You should be thanking me. Do you think I enjoyed it? I did it out of love. I'm disappointed in you, Pam. How could you think that about your mother? Come on, Mom, don't give me that baloney story. You always favored Brad. You'd cook and clean for him. You were stuck to him like glue. Whether it was Christmas, a birthday, Halloween, or any other event, you always had a present ready for him. He was spoon-fed when he was a baby, and he's spoon-fed now. You know what, Mom? I never once received clothes from you. Ever. It was always Dad and Grandma that looked after me, that bought me what I needed for school. You're always bringing up stuff from the past. Would you please stop with the belly aching? You've always had this sharp-tongued attitude ever since you were a child. Sharp-tongued attitude? Me? No way. It's your attitude that was the problem. Why do you think I left home when I was only still in junior high? And wasn't it about the same time that Dad left you? Please, don't compare me to him. How could you say that, Pam? We kinda got sidetracked, it seems. Mom, just butt out, would you? I don't want you meddling in my affairs. I will continue to call you Mom just out of habit, but know this. I never once thought of you as my mother. You didn't earn that respect from me. I don't care what you think. I don't need your permission to get married. End of story. I will keep saying this, but I will not permit you to get married. This loser is not for you. Cut him out of your life or you'll regret it. Why are you so against me marrying the guy I love? You sound like you have someone else ready. Is that what you're suggesting? You're not as dumb as I thought. Yes, there is someone I have ready for you. I took the initiative of selecting your new husband. I have it all arranged with Dennis Manning. He's your new husband. I have already arranged for a meeting with him and his family. When can you get down here? Hold on one second, Mom. Back in a bit. Are you telling me you want me to marry Dennis Manning? The Mannings that own all that property near you? The big property owner? You want me to marry Dennis? That fat, hairy slob? The guy who always has something nasty to say? You must be joking. That's right, that Dennis. I'm surprised you remember. I ran into him the other day and he mentioned that he was thinking of getting married. His wife passed away 5 years ago and he was worried he would have to manage all that property alone. That's when I suggested that he marry you. And I have to say, he wasn't all that turned off by the suggestion. Lucky you, huh? So I immediately arranged for a meeting downtown. Dennis is all in and ready. When can you be here? That's why this marriage of yours is not going to happen. You're out of your mind, Mother. I wish you wouldn't make plans for me like that. What gives you the right to manipulate my life? There is no way that I'm marrying that fat slob. Have you totally lost it? Are you serious? This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. He owns all that property. You're set for life. We won't ever have to worry about money again. Think about it, Pam. You marry him, and after a few years, he passes, and all that property will be ours. How could you pass that up? Your brother finally got a job last month, but having that much property, we'll be set. I mean, really, Pam, how could you fail to take advantage of that? You don't care doodly squat about me. It's all about the money, isn't it? This whole thing only benefits you and Brad, as it is with everything else. This has nothing whatsoever to do with me. It doesn't matter whether I'm happy or not. I'm sorry, Mother, but you're not going to get your way this time, or ever again, for that matter. I have zero intention of returning home or quitting my job. And I have zero aspiration of marrying that person. What are you, Pam? Still 5 years old? This is your future we're talking about. The road to happiness for any woman is to marry a rich guy and become a housewife. But most of all, it's to be a good daughter and show loyalty to her mother. That's why I'm telling you to marry this man. He may be over 50 and twice your age, but think of the rewards it will bring. I think you need to be institutionalized. Do you really think I would marry a fat 50-year-old slob for you and Brad? And no doubt this is about you guys. I don't figure in this little scheme of yours. No, Mom, I'm going to pass on this. I've really had enough of this. I can't listen to any more of this nonsense. Don't ever contact me again. Do you hear me?
Hey, Pam, now why'd you have to go and do that? Mom is super pissed. You always seem to piss her off royally. Why be so stubborn? I really wish you would cut the crap.
Huh? Pardon me, what's this got to do with you?
It's got everything to do with me. What are you talking about? After that line conversation with you, she really fell into a depression. She was so hysterical, she didn't even make me dinner last night. I had to pop down to McDonald's for some chicken nuggets. I just returned from drinking with my buddies and was hoping for some of Mom's beef stew. She just went on and on about you. She didn't stop harping on it till well after midnight. Just apologize to her. Give her a call or send her a text or something, would ya? She won't stop making an issue of it.
Wait, you want me to apologize? Are you kidding me? Why would I do that? She's the one that ignored my feelings and went ahead and arranged this kooky marriage with that old Manning guy. The guy's like my father, for God's sake, and she wants me to marry the guy? She's nuts. This is all about the guy's property and money, period. She has no interest in me.
She's just so worried about you. You're not all that pretty and you don't really have any skills to write home about. She's worried for you. Stop being so stubborn and just say thank you and accept a proposal. That's all you have to do. Why be so pig-headed? Why do you always have to go out of your way to make Mom cry, for Pete's sake?
Don't give me this big long lecture, Brad. Who the hell do you think you are? You have no right lecturing me. After all, who sent money every month so that you could live comfortably all these years?
I wasn't living comfortably. I was looking for a job. It was just bad timing. The job market was a mess back then. You do realize I went to graduate school, right? I could get any job if I really wanted. And just so you know, I had a whole slew of offers, but I turned them down. I was overqualified for those positions.
Oh yeah, I bet they were banging your door down, I'm sure. I remember you got that one job at the PC shop, but quit after a month. Said you needed time to study or some such nonsense.
Keep ranting and raving, Pam. That's all you're good at. Anyways, I already got a new job. Didn't Mom tell you? It's not a big company, but they are growing and business is good. When my application goes through the final step and I get to work, it will grow expeditiously. That's for certain. Not something you, a high school dropout, can say. I'll double your salary within the year.
Oh, big talk, huh? Just don't quit in a month. Good luck.
Anyway, we're straying off point. Just text or call Mom and apologize. And tell her you'll accept her offer of marriage. This could set you up for life, Pam. I would give it a serious thought. This kind of chance doesn't come every day. I suggest you take it.
Like I told Mom, I already decided who to marry, and it's not Dennis Manning. I'm engaged, and that's the only person I want to marry. That's final. I will never meet or marry Mr. Manning. Maybe Mom should marry him, huh?
I'm telling you, Pam, you're going to regret marrying this loser. You'll be back begging Mom to arrange a meeting. It may be too late by then. An ugly little high school dropout like you would just get dumped eventually. I would take this offer if I were you, Pam. You'd be set for life if you marry this rich dude. Mark my words. It would make Mom super happy. What more is there?
You have no idea what kind of a person my fiancé is, and I wish you would stop making my life decisions for me. I couldn't care less what you guys say. You will not manipulate my life. I marry who I choose, nobody else.
This is getting nowhere, for God's sakes. Nobody wants to hear your pea-brain excuses, Pam. Just do as you're told, would ya? You really have the nerve disobeying us after all we've done for you? You marry this guy, and all you'll end up doing is staying at home to cook and clean while he goes chasing girls.
This is the thanks I get for sending you guys money all these years? Where's the gratitude for that?
Sending us money? You mean the peanuts you were sending us? That? We didn't even need that. That was just pocket change. That's all you can do, Pam. Work your butt off and send us a few pennies each month. What are you good for? You should be grateful to us. We're giving you an opportunity to redeem yourself. A chance to live a comfortable life. No longer will you have to work all day and bring home pennies. All you need to do is bow your head and be the obedient little sister and daughter.
All right. I see where you're coming from. Okay. Have it your way.
Have I finally gotten through to that thick head of yours? You're so dense I never thought it possible. All right then, let's get this marriage on the road then.
Wait a sec, Brad. I wasn't agreeing on the marriage. What I was acknowledging was the fact that cockroaches like you have to be eradicated.
Cockroaches? You're going to regret that remark, Pam.
Yeah, whatever. So, the monthly payments? You didn't need it at all? Just mere pennies, huh? Okay. That means your new job at that firm? Forget it ever happened.
Excuse me? What do you mean by that? What's this have to do with my job?
Everything, actually. I'm so sorry about this. I know you were looking forward to working at that firm. I'll contact them and rescind the application. Say you found another job or something. Good luck trying to find another job. I hear the job market is super tough now. But you went to graduate school, so I'm sure you'll manage.
Pam, I have no friggin' idea what you're talking about. You have nothing to do with this new job I got.
That's where you're mistaken, Brad.
The hell are you talking about?
That company you applied to? I own that company.
Hold it a second, what?
As you probably remember, I left home right after dropping out of high school. You probably thought I just started working, but actually I went on to finish high school through night classes and online, and I also managed to graduate from college. I paid for everything through a scholarship and a part-time job. Plus, Dad helped me out quite a bit too.
This is the first I'm hearing of any of this.
That company you applied to? I set up that company while still in college. After graduating, it really took off and still growing. I accepted your application because, well, call it helping a relative. I really don't know what I was thinking. I figured I had a duty to my brother, but I guess I was delusional. I was going to cut all financial assistance to you guys after getting married, but I couldn't just let my brother be unemployed. Figured you guys needed some income, not the pennies I was sending. So I asked HR to accept your application. I established another company, so I'll be tied up over there for a while. And I was going to sell the company after a year. Figured we would never meet, and you probably wouldn't find out I owned the company. But turns out my plans were all for naught. I'm going to have to call HR and rescind your application.
Hold it a second. Is this some kind of sick joke? What are you trying to pull here, Pam? None of this makes any sense. How could you own a company, for Pete's sake? That makes you the CEO of that company? Now that's a riot.
You know what, Brad? I don't give a darn if you believe me or not. I'll contact you about the cancellation of the job application in a few days. What reason should I give? That you insulted the company CEO or something like that? What do you think? Oh yeah, I was contemplating sending you guys money for a couple more years if necessary, but the end of this month will be the final payment, just so you're aware. Oh, and for your information, I was paying all your utilities like gas and electricity. That's not my responsibility anymore, so you guys handle it from now on, okay? I have the means, of course, but I couldn't be bothered with handling all expenses for you guys. I'm really sorry about all this. I tried. I really did. You're the one with all the brains in the family, right? Good college and graduate school. You'll figure something out, I'm sure.
Hold it a sec, Pam. Not so fast. You can't just cancel my application or cut all support to us. Are you serious? How are we supposed to live? Tell me that.
That's your job, Brad, not mine. You're the eldest. I only have the skill to cook and keep house, right? Oh my, I don't know what I should do, Brad. Please help me.
This is not a joke, Pam. Are you going to abandon us? Leave us to fend for ourselves?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. You guys never had any love for me. You didn't care if I lived or died, to be frank. So why shouldn't I abandon you, right? All right, let's cut this short, shall we? I have to head over to HR and get this done. Goodbye, Brad. Have a nice life, and good luck.
Pam, pick up, would you? Pam! What's this about stopping payment? And about Brad's new job? What's with that? What's going on?
Oh, that was pretty fast. So you heard it all from Brad then? I'm sure he explained everything in detail. It's as he explained it. I'm fed up with your self-centered ways. I tried to accommodate you, but it just didn't work out. I've decided to cut all family ties with you guys, but to be honest, there really were no real ties to cut to begin with. And with that, I do not plan to continue further support to you and Brad. After all, you're no longer family. Why send money to total strangers, right? As for Brad's job application, I pulled some strings to get him in, but now that's ancient history. That's the gist of it, Mom. Satisfied?
Hold it 1 second, Pam. You're not getting away with this. I will not allow you to do such a thing. I demand that you pay the support money and get Brad's application back on track again.
Like I said, I have no intention of getting your permission for anything. You're not my boss, you're not my mother, you're nothing to me. I hope you have fun living there with no electricity or gas. But then again, you get to live there with your favorite unemployed son. Good luck with that. I don't care what you do going forward. Sell the house or whatever. I have no intention of getting involved. Figure it out yourselves.
Please, Pam, hold it a second, please. Let's talk this over. Please, don't cut me off. I apologize. It was all my fault. Please, forgive me.
Please, Mother? I know you don't mean that. When was the last time you ever apologized? No need to put on this big act. I know you, Mom. You're a phony.
It's no act, I assure you. So please. I apologize for all I said. You don't have to marry this Dennis guy, so please, let's talk. I'm truly sorry. I mean it. I really hope you'll forgive me, Pam. Please, I mean it. From the bottom of my heart. I'll do anything you ask. Please don't abandon me. Help your mother out, for God's sake.
I don't think of you as my mother. You never did anything for me that a real mother would do. You're the one that abandoned me years ago.
Please, Pam, don't say that.
I doubt we'll ever meet again. I wish you guys the best. Good luck. After that conversation, I immediately deleted their addresses. I also changed my phone and number so they would never contact me again. I was also paying their smartphone bills too, so I terminated those. I also got rid of the bank account I had set up for them to receive monthly funds. As for my marriage, that went without a hitch, and we moved into our new home a few days ago. I'm sure my mom and Brad are in a panic right about now. Their smartphones are no longer working and their bank account has been depleted. And soon the lights will go out in their home. But can you really feel pity for them after how they treated me? With all that befalling them, Brad's non-existent job, the useless smartphones, the empty bank account, and the utility bills, they came to my company begging me for help. Of course, I was not there, but because of the commotion they caused, the police were eventually called. But before they arrived, they realized their predicament and took off with their tails between their legs. Last I heard, they were blaming each other for the dire situation that they got themselves in. I can't understand why they don't pull up their bootstraps and start working. After a couple of months, we finally settled down and had a nice wedding celebration at a nearby restaurant. My father, my grandmother, and a number of close friends were in attendance. My needs are very simple, and I'm totally happy with that. I should have cut ties with them a long time ago.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.